I'm Nick Harcourt, and this is Transmissions from the WorldArts stage in Los Angeles, California. Our guests, Rogue Wave, we got Zach and Pat. Welcome. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
You're going to do 21 questions with me.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
All right.
Go.
Who wants to take it first? First musical memory.
Want me to?
Go.
Okay. I think if I have to go back, I think it's I don't know if I was in a car seat or just sitting regularly in the seat, but I remember driving around in the car with my mother, and Dream On by Aerosmith was on the radio, and she wouldn't let us go home until the song was over. She kept circling around our block, and and she was just so into it. She didn't want the moment to end.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, there's something to this. This is so intense to her. She doesn't want to stop driving, and I think that was just that left a very fine impression.
Talk about driveway moment.
Yeah.
They talk about those in radio. What about you, Pat?
There's so many, and I'm just racking my brain, but I'll just pick one. And that when I was a kid, my stepdad used to take me and my brothers and my mom to bluegrass festivals, and we would camp. And I just remember not necessarily the music, but more the playing. But definitely music was happening all the time. So it was bluegrass festivals in
So
Southern
the live
Ohio.
experience really was your first.
The live, yeah. He was also a band teacher, so we'd go to band things. So it was live music for me.
Maybe the next question will flow in from this. What was the moment you realized you wanted to do music?
Well, me and my brothers all had to take an instrument. Not that we were forced to, but it was encouraged in the house. Everyone played. And I realized I wanted to play music, play drums. So I picked out drums. I realized I wanted to play drums the day I came home from school, and there was a drum set in the house, and I had already been taking drum lessons, just snare drum. But then I had a drum set, and I loved the Police, and I just went right into practicing to cassette tapes through my dad's amplifier, and that was it. That was when I knew I wanted to play.
Right.
So talking of cassettes, I don't know if you know, but they're coming back. I was in Urban the other day, and they've gone now from a section of vinyl to a tiny little section of cassettes. But you know, it's the hipster thing.
I want to know what can be next.
Mini disc.
We're going back to '78.
I think 8-track in-dash is
Yeah.
going to come back.
8-track was a good
That was
sound
rugged.
quality. Yeah.
It sounded pretty good.
Talking of first musical instruments,
Yeah.
we sort of accidentally went there. But what about yourself?
Well, when I was in 5th grade, you had to take a test to see what you had the aptitude for musically, and I told them I wanted to play drums. That was the thing, and they said my aptitude was I could kind of take what I wanted to take, but I said drums, and so I got my Remo drum pad, my sticks, play on the pad on the bed, and I wanted to be a drummer. That was my first.
When did the guitar
Sad.
come into your life?
I think when
That
I
never did, right?
I think I quickly realized that it was pretty hard to play along to Beatles songs in the way I wanted to with a drum pad. So it was pretty boring, for me. So started picking up the guitar and had a little Casio synth. So I started doing those, and I could, write and play, and it was better for me.
Do you remember the first song you played, whether it was somebody else's or yours?
I remember the first song I wrote.
Tell us about
the
that.
first song I ever wrote was a complete theft of Last Train to Clarksville by the Monkees. That was the first song I ever wrote, and the melody was exactly the same on the verses. And I remember my stepdad saying, that it sounds a little bit like one other song. Like, what do you mean? So
You
that
wrote
was
a good
the,
Monkees song.
Yeah, I wrote. Yeah, so it was a Monkey. That was the first thing I ever did. So.
Who's your favorite artist? And you can both take this. Pat, maybe you'll take it first. Your favorite artist, living or dead, who does what you do?
I think, there's so many, but I love Mick Fleetwood. He's a drummer. He's got the ultimate. He's got the ultimate feel, and his sound is always so good. So, yeah.
Zach?
Well, I think the reason why I wanted to be in a band was REM. Kind of the way their interaction and the way it felt so democratic, yet also they all have their own roles, so I love the spirit of that band. So, especially their kind of middle period, I think that was very exciting. So I think that was what we aspire to.
If you didn't do this, what would or could you do?
I ask myself that every day. I don't know. I've done other things, but I don't. I addressed that on the new record. You know, there's a song called "Endless Supply," and it's about that very crisis. That it's kind of a curse once you begin. You don't want it to leave your life. It's who you are, and it started as an accident getting involved in this, and now it's kind of spun into this kind of aspect of us and other people we play with. It's evolved into something else.
So you have to listen to the record to find out the answer to that question.
Yeah, I won't get, that's right. I'm quite the salesman.
Smart man, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sales.
What's your Pat? What's your idea of happiness?
Idea of happiness. Playing drums in a rock and roll band.
Okay, you're ahead.
Happy. This is not the most rock and roll answer, but having a family, having children.
It's a good answer.
You know.
It's real.
Children, you know, being a father.
What's your idea of misery?
Reality television, I think, is the closest I've felt to misery. That, you know.
Pat, maybe you can take this one. Male hero.
Male hero. Ooh, wow. Male hero. I'll just say Burt Reynolds. I don't know why. Probably because he had made the best photo of all time in the 70s where he's naked laying sideways with like a teddy bear.
I hate to tell you this, but my mom
Yeah.
bought that. Playgirl. That's what it
He
was.
was in Playgirl?
He was in Playgirl. Naked.
Yeah.
He was the first guy to be naked, but he had, as you said, a teddy bear strategically.
I just broke under pressure,
Yeah.
but that
No, it's a good one.
For
It's a
some
good one.
reason came into my
You took me back to my mom saying, "Hey, look at this naked guy." Why don't you take this one? Female hero.
Well, I'd say Elizabeth Warren. You know, I think she's a courageous, dynamic hero that I think, you know, in the times we live in right now, I think she's an incredibly courageous and brave person.
What an interesting answer.
I love her.
Yeah. Favorite place on earth?
I really love the Bay Area. Having traveled as we have traveled over the years, and especially where I live now in Marin, it's really just a beautiful place to come home
It's
to.
a very pretty area.
Yeah, we have everything there.
Yeah.
Talking of places, if you're on a desert island, you're only allowed one thing. What is it?
Gotta have the kids with me.
There you go.
Gotta have my kids.
If you ran the world, Pat, what's the first thing you'd do?
I would kick Donald Trump out of the race. No, actually, he's really entertaining. I wouldn't do that. Well, I'd bring music back to schools everywhere. I'd make that more important than anything, pretty much.
I like that. Zach, if you had a superpower, what is it? Again, just one.
Yeah, pause button.
I like that.
Wow.
Pat, morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Zach?
Presently involuntary morning person.
Because of the fact that you have kids. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta change it up.
But he's also a night owl.
Yeah.
And I can attest to that,
Yeah.
being working in the studio as we have for a long time. He'll go home at unusual hours and be up, and I'm just blown away. Really? You got up at 4? You went to bed at 2.
I get more sleep on tour.
Is it easier to write a love song or a revenge song?
Oh, it's easier to write a revenge song. Love songs are, for me, are really challenging. In fact, I'm really excited about this new record because it's there's 2 love songs on the record that I feel like have a kind of a direct narrative, and that's been really hard for me to be able to do. To be able to talk about love in a way that doesn't feel saccharine and leaves it kind of open-ended and flawed. So, yeah, there's some revenge actually on it too. So yeah, revenge is easier. It's a more visceral feeling. You know?
You can both take this separately, digital or analog.
Well, I know what he's gonna say.
Digilog. Well, it's tough. I love analog because I love vinyl, but we record in the digital realm mostly, so it's hard, but I'll say analog. Boom.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's changing all the time, you know? I mean, my heart says analog, but I live in a digital world. So have to say digital to survive.
Do you have a ritual before show or before studio? Any kind of ritual you guys do?
Yeah, before show, we have a small celebratory glass of whiskey, kind of warm up the throat, and it's kind of this ritualized behavior that it could be almost anything in the glass, I guess, but it kind of centers us and lets us know it's time to kind of focus and be inward a little bit, you know. Helps me kind of set the mood. Right?
Have you seen anything backstage you wish you hadn't?
Yeah, of course. I can't say because I can't.
Mime.
No, yeah. I've been in the presence of some folks involved in some unsalubrious behavior, but
I knew you were going to say that word.
You did?
Salubrious. Unsalubrious.
yeah, you know I was gonna say unsalubrious. We've been working together a long time. We
Sure.
kind of share the same brain. you
Okay.
know, so
Unsalubrious.
yeah.
Is unsalubrious a word?
I
know
think it is.
salubrious is a
I don't
word.
think it is.
Yeah. But anyway,
I think microwavable is a real word.
you're
either,
not
but
giving it up either way.
I can't because there's names attached to it. But
Okay.
yeah.
What's the title of the movie of your life?
I have a literal
Running
title.
on empty. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, the title? You're running on empty?
Running on empty. Wow. It's because he's not getting enough sleep.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a tricky one because I actually do have a movie. It's
Heaven
about
Can
my
Wait.
life.
Heaven Can Wait.
It is called Heaven Can Wait. Thank you.
yeah.
See, share a brain.
Yeah.
It's called Detour. That's my.
Yeah. They made a documentary about Pat.
Yeah.
It's called Detour.
Detour.
It's the letter D. Tour. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's about touring while needing a kidney transplant.
Where can we find that movie?
Vimeo. The director
Vimeo.
finally put it up on Vimeo.
All right.
Yeah. And it's Detour. So.
You're the first person who's actually been able to answer that.
Yeah.
That is.
I really do.
The video store.
The video store.
Okay, so wrapping it up, what's your current state of mind?
I gotta say, I'm really surprised to say this, but I'm very calm. And it hasn't been that way in years.
That's good to hear. Well done.
No.
Pat?
My current state of mind, I am feeling very adventurous, I guess.
Okay, you got a plane to catch as well.
Got a
so-
plane to catch, but we have a new record coming out,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited to hit the road with this, and really excited about the record. So I'm feeling very.
Let's hope that there's always a new record coming out, so
Yeah.
that when this video lives out there forever,
It'll always have.
it'll
Yeah.
alwas be
Yeah.
pertinent.
Just
We'll
don't
be
call
part
the
of the
record
Star Wars thing. Every
Salubrious.
year there's a new thing. Yeah.
That's the.
It's great talking with you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Grip.